we used to come across a lot was the groundsmen, how they handle situations with people who come to say, well, we've got some ashes I want to scatter. And what has been happening more and more is that a lot of clubs now are stopping the scattering of ashes and banning ashes from being scattered on pitches, which sort of leaves a bit of a dearth for some sort of fans and supporters as to what they do. Now, what we sort of tried to look at was what would happen to those cremated remains in terms of creating a sort of community-based component to a sports club, and how we could integrate that with the sports club. So the system here is very, very straightforward. It was designed for us by Riccardo Basizio, who is here for the first 2 days. He's gone back to Italy today. And they design a lot of the mausoleum components. When we're designing mausoleum, they design lots of mausoleum components for us. And we said to Riccardo, this is the idea we've got, could you design us something for this particular market, which he did. And the system is very, very simple. It can bolt onto any wall, it can be any size you like. It's totally modular, it's like Lego, for example. You can literally plug and play. Each one of these is literally a strip, and you can build it, extend it, shorten it, or whatever you like. The plates themselves can be whatever logo you want, whatever design you want. They're ceramic plates, and they're sublimated with the design, so it's all weatherproof and ultraviolet proof. Once somebody actually wants to be interred in it, not they want to be interred, but if once you go in there, the opportunity is that the plate, as it is now, the name of the person, or two people, because it takes two sets of ashes, will be transcribed on the plates in a sublimation technique as well. So we'll say what the inscription wants to be. That will come back from Italy as a new plate, so we take the old plate off, and then the new plate with the inscription goes on, so it becomes personalised. And it's a very simple system in the sense that there is a sort of security panel. The ashes go in, an ash box goes into the chamber, 2 sets of ashes. The security box goes back on, and it's screwed in, and then in the outdoor version there are another set of security screws on there, so it's a totally secure system. It's up to the club how they manage it in terms of how they sort of have for a lifetime, is it for 10 years, it's a license period, that's totally up to each individual club. But what we sort of felt that it offers is that what we found in designing crematoriums and cemeteries is that, generally speaking, people pay a visit to their loved ones for the first couple of years on a fairly regular basis, and then that sort of progressively gets less and less and less, and after about sort of 5 or 6 years it's maybe on anniversaries and special occasions. The beauty about having something like this in a club is that every alternate week when there's a home game, you are actually part of that same community, so they can listen and hear and see what's going on in the sports ground. They can also visit their relatives or walk past their relatives who are actually now an integral part of the club. We've sort of taken this a little step further and brought in sort of the interactive component, so that within the design we've got here, it would be replicated on an interactive system on the internet, or you can have this actually as a standalone system, touchscreen menu. If you're someone like Manchester United, for example, there might be 10,000 of these, hopefully, spread across the wall. Now, obviously, you're trying to find a couple of thousand of these where Uncle Bob is, makes it a little bit difficult. So the system we have here is that you can type in the name, and then there's a little private biography that you could have of the individual who's here, and then it shows you, when you press the name, whereabouts his particular box is on a map, which is also where it is on the screen itself. So there's a certain degree of interaction. So this interactive system could be on the club website, or it could be as a standalone sort of touchscreen menu system close by. So that is really the system, and we're going to leave it with the representatives and the sports chaplains as to maybe how they could see this working for themselves in their own club, where there may be issues in the club having their own sort of garden remembrance memorial garden. This doesn't take up really any space at all. It can be installed very, very quickly. You can actually have people who want to say, well, I might actually pre-purchase my box, a bit like a pre-purchase system for graves. You know, if they want to have this particular one, they can pre-purchase it. So it's not like a memorial plaque where unfortunately you've got to have died before you have a memorial plaque. You can actually pre-purchase your own little box and say, that's what I'm going to go in. Not too many years' time. So it's all there, and you can show off to your mates that, yeah, I'm in the top right next to Stefan. So that's how the system works, and you know what's been really useful by the last day or so is listening to the various sort of club chaplains as to how they can see something like this working for their clubs, and the sort of feedback we've been getting has been really, really useful to help us look at the design, look at some of the methods we can take it forward, and thank you all very much for helping us with that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much indeed. Can we just show appreciation